My name is Mark Price Perry, and welcome to Business Driven PMO. When it comes to PMO setup and management, I have a set of convictions that's different from what I see advocated and practiced within the industry. And today, I'm here to tell you about one of those convictions: organizational project management. In my opinion, the project management community has a misguided view on organizational project management. Most think of organizational project management as OPM3, or the Organizational Project Management Maturity Model. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Organizational Project Management Maturity Model. It's a best practice for assessing and improving capabilities relative to strategy execution through formal projects, programs, and portfolios. But viewing organizational project management as organizational project management maturity of the formal projects of the organization by which plan-driven techniques are used is a too myopic view of organizational project management. And in fact, it only recognizes one of the four organizational project management landscapes. Let me explain. Organizational-wide project management landscapes are a way of viewing all of the projects of the organization. They take into consideration two variables. One, the project management type. Is it a formal project of the PMO? Or is it one of those informal, accidental projects that exist in every nook and cranny of the business? And the other element is the project management approach. Is the approach a plan-driven approach for the management of the project? Or is the approach for the project effort one based upon complex adaptive systems, such as Agile? Considered together, the project management type, formal or informal, and the project management approach, plan-driven or complex adaptive systems, this provides a 2x2 analysis construct in which all of the projects of the organization can be easily envisioned. Let me give a few examples. In Quadrant 1, here we have a formal project of the organization, and we're using a plan-driven technique. This could be the implementation of an ERP system using waterfall. In Quadrant 2, we also have a formal project of the organization, but here we're not using a plan-driven technique. Rather, we're using a technique based upon the principles of complex adaptive systems, such as Agile Scrum. This could be a development project to enhance a current system by a Scrum team. In Quadrant 3, this is where we have a line of business accidental project, an informal project, if you will. It's not subject to the governance of the PMO. And the technique to be employed is plan-driven, but a simple plan-driven approach. This could be a Deming wheel, such as plan, do, check, act. And in Quadrant 4, we have an informal, accidental, business-usual project. But here we're using not plan-driven approaches for the project, but approaches based upon the principles of complex adaptive systems. This could be an open space or an agile technique or any of the fine techniques that are patterned after complex adaptive systems. It's quite easy to see that throughout the organization, there are far more projects than just the formal projects of the PMO, and there are far more approaches than just plan-driven. Yet, for many in the project management community, a discussion of organizational project management is really a myopic discussion of using the organizational project management maturity model to improve capabilities relative to the formal projects, programs, and portfolio of the PMO. There's nothing wrong with this, but this is not all of the projects of the organization. This is not organizational project management. Perhaps a better title would be what the UK Office of Government Commerce has done with their P3M3 model, project, program, portfolio management maturity model, which better depicts the focus and activity of the best practice standard. The key point is organizational project management is about all of the projects of the organization. Consider for a moment mergers and acquisitions. When Company A buys Company B, no doubt there will be a project effort to merge the accounting data of Company B into Company A. But what about the effort to purchase the company? Is that not a project? Likewise, take Salesforce automation. In the project management community, an effort to implement a Salesforce automation solution is, of course, a project. But what about the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of project efforts to make a sale, or to develop a business development relationship, or to develop a marketing strategy and a plan? Are those not projects throughout the organization? Of course they are. Hence, we need a wide view of organizational project management, not a myopic, limited view to just formal projects using plan-driven techniques, but a view that considers all of the projects and all of the appropriate techniques. By taking a comprehensive and complete organizational project management view, PMO managers can help the leadership teams with both the formal project mix of the PMO, as well as understanding and planning for all of the informal and business unit projects that exist in every nook and cranny of the organization. I encourage you to adopt this view of organizational project management. It will help you have better project outcomes throughout the organization, and it will help you have a better PMO. This has been a Business Driven PMO video. My name is Mark Price Perry. Until next time.